So we're going to have a little bit of fun. Yeah, I think often when we snack, we feel guilty. So you don't snack, but you need the energy to get yourself through the day. So it's about finding a relatively healthy snack that is still delicious, enjoyable, and in this case, thinking a little bit outside the box. We are going to be using our yogurt-based, beautiful dairy snack, our Clover Classic, as one of the secret ingredients. People are passing out at the sound of this. We are making something truly beautiful. It is, in fact, a Clover, Rosewater and Pistachio Rusk. Sounds really interesting. In our many recipes that we have introduced here, this is a first, which is saying a lot. So you can keep them in a jar on your kitchen counter, maybe pack them into a little container. You can have them by your desk at work. You can give them to your child to take to school. Awesome stuff. And Teresa is here to work the magic. And this is very cool. Yes. Because often, yeah, I think a rusk can come across as a little bit bland, okay, but they are the ideal snack food, especially mid-morning. You have your tea or coffee, a little bit of a dunk there, but this is something quite different. So essentially, what are we creating? So
we're just playing around with flavors today. I don't know why we don't do this more with rusks, actually. There's so many different options. So we're going with pistachios, cranberries, and rosewater, which is a really delicious combination and an interesting way to jazz up your rusk.
The rosewater, I think, is probably the X factor here. I know pistachios will lend themselves beautifully. They've got a lovely savoury kind of, that can translate to a sweet flavour profile. The introduction of the nuts and having the fruit, having the cranberries, delicious. The rosewater, magic. How do we get started?
Right, so I've got some self-raising flour here. I'm going to add a pinch of salt.
As we always do.
And some sugar. And this is great. You can just mix it in one bowl. Super easy. So just give your dry ingredients a mix. Then we're going to add some melted butter. Okay. So pop that.
And would this be the kind of stock standard way to approach making a rusk before we introduce
pretty much. Dry ingredients, melted butter. Right, we're going to add our classic plain as well. So we'll pop that in.
Right. And that kind of takes care of the majority of our wet ingredients there as well.
Right. And don't forget the rosewater.
Okay, and it's a fair bit there. You want to really taste and smell, I suppose, the rosewater infusion. It's delicious. And, of course, our deliciously smooth and creamy yogurt-based dairy snack, our Clover Classic, is made according to Clover's unique recipe, something quite special there, but a nice source of 10 vitamins to boot. So it is a relatively nutritional snack as well. And the current classic yogurt-based dairy snack range is available in an array of amazing flavors. We've got strawberry, mixed fruit, apricot, vanilla, and of course our plain, which we're using in this case.
That's right. Then we're going to add our pistachios. These have been roughly chopped. Also going to add a beautiful colour to the dish, as well as the dried cranberries.
Oh, nice. I like the combination of flavors. There's something delicious about the cranberry or a raisin and nut kind of mix and infusion, but this looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it? So it really is a case of just mixing that together. Very simple and easy and quick.
It gets a lovely smell from the classic as well, which is cool.
Yes.
So the keyword here is Clover to 33728. You've got to just SMS that, then we'll send you a link. You click on the link and you get the full ingredients list.
Right, so we've got our loaf tin here, which we've greased. Okay. And all you want to do is just pop that in there and just push it into all the corners.
I suppose you can get creative with the shape of your rusks, ultimately.
Yes.
But,
so what you're going to do is bake it at 180 degrees for 45 minutes, just until it's baked through, and then let it cool completely, and that's when you can cut it up into your shape. So you can go big and chunky, or if you like the thin ones, go for a thinner cut. You really can do whatever you like.
According to how you like to dip or crunch or munch on them.
Exactly. And then they go through a second bake. Once they're cut, you pop them onto your wire rack and you bake them at 60 degrees for 6 to 8 hours. So
oh, wow. Okay, that's when you ruskify them.
You can put them in the oven in the evening, go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, you'll have fresh rusks for your coffee.
And your house will be filled with the delicious smells that are permeating through our kitchen right now. The rosewater really is, it looks beautiful.
It really does.
It really looks amazing, and of course it's going to come out just as beautiful. But let's take you through a step-by-step of how we take our gorgeous ingredients and turn them into our beautiful dunkable rusks.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
If you think making rusks is a task that belongs in the kitchen of yesteryear, think again. Treat that special person in your life to some homemade Clover Rosewater and Pistachio Rusks and coffee in bed. It's easier than you think. Add 3 cups of self-raising flour to a mixing bowl, followed by a teaspoon of salt, and whisk to combine. Next, pour 150 grams of melted clover butter into a separate bowl. Add half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of rose water, and whisk to combine. Before adding 100 grams of chopped pistachio nuts and 80 grams of dried cranberries. Then stir to combine. Add the pistachio mixture to the flour. Then add 1 cup of Clover Classic Plain and mix to form a dough. Press the dough into a loaf tin and bake in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. Once the loaf is cooled, slice it in half lengthways and cut it into desired rusk shapes. Pop it back into the oven, set at 60 degrees Celsius for 6 to 8 hours. Rosewater and pistachio is a beautiful combination, delicate and delicious, and makes the perfect rusk for that morning cuppa.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, and you can even, before you insta them, you can decorate your table with rose petals as well to really sell it. But the keyword there is Clover to 33728, and you can be well on your way to creating your own beautiful Rosewater and Pistachio Rusks, courtesy of our Clover Classic.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
All right, so all that remains is the ultimate, I don't know, do we call it a taste test or a dunk test when it comes to a rusk?
Oh, a bit of a dunk test.
I think we should invite, you brought 2 cups. How many are you?
I brought your cup
as well. Oh, look at that. Teresa, I'm sorry, I know you feel a little bit out.
You don't like coffee as much as we do.
We have an unnatural relationship with coffee, actually. We love it so much. Go for it, buddy. So please smell the rusk first. That's not common practice, but we put rose water.
That's not what people do. Do you smell your food before you eat?
That's the first test. But can you pick up this rose water and pistachio we've mixed there with a bit of cranberries, delicious, crunchy goodness.
Get in there.
And don't be in any way derogatory, because Teresa poured her love and heart into that.
Teresa, you know me.
Thumbs up.
I can never lie to you. This. Heavenly.
Nice, eh? I'm going to have one as well then. I'm going to take one from here. Teresa, thank you so much. We love you. You make the best, most amazing things. Again, the keyword is Clover to 33728. And let's see if we can go out on the crunch, yeah?